I try to really just, understand every aspect about the Most High. For me, the Most High is Allah. And all praise is due to Allah, Lord of all worlds, the greatest, the beneficent, the merciful, the Most High. And I live my life by Islam. And at the end of the day, I think that's pretty much what grounds me in the way that I think most people should be grounded, and that's just enjoying who you are as a human life, as opposed to trying to add all these other additives and preservatives to your perspective on life, where you think you this person much more than another person. Just being you, being in tune with your spirit, being in tune with your reality as far as life is concerned, and definitely being in tune with your family.
Yeah, Halabi and Neaality. It's the reversion. You think you clever trying to diss me? Blink and you miss me. I deliver shots to your liver like Scotch whiskey. You boys wanna battle, making noise like a baby rattle, playing with your toys and laying like lazy cattle. I can see through your whack lines, see that you lack rhyme, see that you wanna be me, but I'm one of a kind, so you can't seem to keep my name out your mouth. Loose lips sink ships in the dirty, dirty south of England. What the fuck were you thinking? Trying to step up and try your luck in the United Kingdom and go against the Halabi and Neaality team. We represent Hastings and the UK scene, plus stereophyism and LMS. I'll put you in a prison with an S tattooed on your chest. We the best of the best, and you can't test the best better than the rest. On the second guess, be my guest.
Devant votre Dieu, j'hésiterai pas à lancer des flammes, juste comme ça.
We the soldiers of Allah, followers of the Prophet. We came too far to disarm from the topic.
Devant votre Dieu, j'hésiterai pas à lancer des flammes, juste comme ça.
We the soldiers of Allah, followers of the Prophet. We came too far to disarm from the topic.
Artificial light, artificial darkness, artificial might, artificial hardness. One step back means a couple more forward. Starting the fire, you always need more wood. Always in the right place at the wrong time. Always with the right face but the wrong line. Make more space for the growth, let it take place. Photosynthesizing my great race. Push harder, breaking my ego. Losing the will now, kilo by kilo. Taking what we know, making it mine. Till I forget my name in the patience of time.
But I'm impatient, got an axe to grind. Swinging swords of the ancients, wars of my mind.
In a war for a peace, always hard to find. A hard time in the war for my heart and mind.
Besides, we collide with the force of a landmine. Distorting time with every fourth line.
The fourth in the line of the prophet. From my fathers to my sons in the battle for the exotic. Devant votre Dieu, j'hésiterai pas à lancer des flammes, juste comme ça.
We the soldiers of Allah, followers of the Prophet. We came too far to disarm from the topic.
Devant votre Dieu, j'hésiterai pas à lancer des flammes, juste comme ça.
We the soldiers of Allah, followers of the Prophet. We came too far to disarm from the topic. Don't cover your face and don't listen to the politicians, cause they fake. Like the B&P snakes should be burnt at the stake for inciting violence and racial hate. If that's freedom of speech, what can't Islamic fundamentalists or Muslim extremists preach on the street and TV? Anti-West and pro-East in a land of so-called equality. Why can't I diss the queen without her being the crime, and bring to light she worships the eye of the Antichrist, who's anti-life like atheists don't believe in the paradise. That's a paradox, unorthodox, like a parody of tragedy or cannibal locks. These cannibals need to stop dividing God into three, cause it ain't monotheism, it's blasphemy.
Rich man got the money, woman not a penny. What is happening now, we not like the system. Them no one we fi earn, one we fi learn. One thunderball burn up them system. Rich man got the money, woman not a penny. What is happening now, we not like the system. Them no one we fi earn, one we fi learn. One thunderball burn up them system.
Islam or the sword, we ain't down with that, but I'm up for the non-Muslims paying a tax. So if we attack, we act like public services. They celebrate like the whirling dervishes, not lick off Kalashnikov shots in the sky towards the most high as I sigh. Aim that piece down to the ground and fire. Maybe a few rounds I found hellfire. Perhaps a stray caps the crown of the fake messiah and caught him like the wire. Times are dire, you must choose your side in the great east-west divide, or be casualties of war and collateral damage. We pros even with sticks and stones we manage. No baggage, cause we ain't suicide bombers. Pause like commas, wrong choice, you goners.
Rich man got the money, woman not a penny. What is happening now, we not like the system. Them no one we fi earn, one we fi learn. One thunderball burn up them system. Rich man got the money, woman not a penny. What is happening now, we not like the system. Them no one we fi earn, one we fi learn. One thunderball burn up them system.
Away from my quaint book, the strength that I once had and a saint took, and everything has a price tag. First, how cheaply my heart would go to a merchant. Second-hand spirit, broken in lyric, only joined up in a role as a cleric. Unseemly when at best is a pauper, tearing at my young flesh as a torture. Debaucher, juvenile or vagrant, words from the weak at a peak too flagrant. And my hatred acidic will surely burn mean holes in a limerick for me. For me is a dearest affection, bleeding open, unequipped for deflection. In sections I depart from a bright life to the dark ends of the night and a triteness. It's a trifle for greed, adult sicklings, holding my head in the blood of their victims. As my lungs fill viscous despair, my deep beating heart fixes to tear. Risking the air comes closer to death, so bondage and horror is all remains left. All remains left in the graveyard fester, above the ground to the sound of the jester.
I move through time two at a time. My physical and my spiritual entwined in parallel universes. I write universities of rhyme and build cities in my mind. Like Hannibal's mind palace, I turned men to cannibals who drunk blood from a chalice. I start wars from indoors, which I don't fight, and then I write new laws. I put beasts back on all fours when they started to walk upright and lose their claws. I created the white races from the black and the brown albinos who migrated. I made a video of my plans and put it on YouTube until it was banned. My prophecies are not hypotheses, they're spread through offices and viruses and PCs.
March into hell, guns swell, no surrender. Darker winter nights, stood lonely on the battle site. Firm and nuclear flows, ice cold, sap froze. From hell and back, I crumble tracks, move on the post. Destructing temples inside the mental mind unsteady. Elementary spiritual realm sketched by Botticelli. Vivid imagery depict wars, heavy artillery. Sacred geometry, aligned astrology, delicate wizardry. Medieval artists, belly dancers, headless bowmen. I strike with the force of 10 horsemen, deadly omen. Enhancing the trance, your son will lose his life. Hermetic rights, cursed afterlife, we throw dice. Might catch me drifting through a song, then I'm gone. Destroyed asteroids inside a void from beyond. Raw wings, translucent skin, watch me glow. Dissolve down subatomic wormholes, shifting poles. Glide far through all the doors, shapeless without form. Christ born, I adorn, born inside a storm. John the Baptist, lone assassin. Guns clashing, swords swinging, we stay splashing. No justice, watch me crush this brain on folds. Tibetan mansions carved in stone, collapse of Rome. We attack like a pack of starving jackals over tracks. Sports relapse back and explode after impact.
Say no to a smoke in a blink of an eye before I die, with the last name on my lips and the profits. I need to be a better man, take more care of my fam. I am a husband and a father with substance that needs to grow and go farther. I need to love harder, shine more light on the darker side of my life, spend more time with my wife and show her I owe her for keeping me kosher. I need to control myself, stay calm with Islam for help, read the Quran for guidance, stop the violence, break the silence, spread the silence. Pillars, not killers or 5%ers. With fire in our centers, we the Islamic, don't panic like the Spanish. We come from the same fabric, we the 5 pillars, not killers or 5%ers. With fire in our centers, we the Islamic, don't panic like the Spanish. We come from the same fabric. We need to get the troops out of Afghanistan and stop using excuses why we can't. Why does the government care so much about the Afghans? I need to smoke a Dutch. What? They need heroin on our streets so the weak are controlled by the beast. The east is the wheat harvest, the opium. In a week, your veins they'll open them. We need to overstand Israel, cause compared to Palestine it is hell. It's where the devil lives, amongst little kids. They say it's the heritage of their relatives. Even the white kids who they trying to kid, it's none of their biz and their plot ain't hid. We need to lift the lid, but I already did. Steady with my pen nib. We the 5 pillars, not killers or 5%ers. With fire in our centers, we the Islamic, don't panic like the Spanish. We come from the same fabric, we the 5 pillars, not killers or 5%ers. With fire in our centers, we the Islamic, don't panic like the Spanish. We come from the same fabric.
I'm more wound to my coil than I ever knew, to the point where a heartbeat means revenue.
harness. The fake Musa fell to the piranhas. From a basket to a casket. Give me the mic and I'll blast it. Give me the beat and I'll unmask it. Give me the sun and I'll bask in it. You won't believe, just ask for it. Got the Red Sea like Musa, and any enemy that dare stare at me, I'm Medusa.
You deduce truth from a false god. I'm the Praetorian guard, and your horse is a full shot.
We use a prayer mat to absorb the sound, with a picture of the cabal in the foreground.
I'm more wound to my coil than I ever knew, to the point where a heartbeat mean 11. كانفجار مثل الفدايين ولا اسكت للهذا الحواوين. انا مجرم بس من دون العقاب، وانا مسلم شط من دون الحجاب. الجواب لحياتي حزين، لا شفت احد رحمن ورحيم. على كل اساس نحن وساسيين، مش حشاشين. روح لك للجحيم. بلدي مش بلدي، انا غريب هنا وهناك. وطني وين راح الاهانه للوني هنا. لا تصدق انصري لدرجه كره ربك. همزين لا مثلهم خدران، ها من الخجل على اسمي غرقان. بس من هذا الكذب انا لا هربان، اكل اي عدو مثل اي خرفان.
Sometimes I feel I wanna let it out in a verse, before I fall ill laid out in a hearse. With my lips pursed, the kiss will quench my thirst. With my wife and kids gently nursed. But I'm cursed, if it's time to go, I'll go first. In a baptism of fire, fully immersed. It's the worst feeling, it got me reeling. Spinning like a fan on top of the ceiling. Listening to Marvin's sexual healing. Kneeling in front of my wifey, feeding. In case I don't make it home tonight, let me make love to you for the last time. In time to the rhyme, intoxicated by the wine. Grapevines with hints of lime. I think you're divine, so you must be an angel. Cause when you touch mankind, you change all. Change all, change all, change all, change all. I see God in the eyes of my children building. I see the devil in mine yielding a sword in the other hand, a set of scales. He's getting closer, only time will tell. Tie me up and take me to hell. Put me in a cell, a bottomless pit where all the ish dwells. I spit well, but I speak with caution. I was 24 when they took my foreskin. I used to rock Adidas torsions, but that was back in the day, like alleyway abortions. I write rhymes in portions, every line in extortion, twisting your mind like contortion. Sometimes my mind finds distortion, so I pray to Allah, the most awesome. We don't force them, talk Norse to rock, but if the North stop our course, we horsemen, we horsemen, we horsemen, we horsemen. All I see is dark nights, Keaton and Christian Bell. It's dark nights in this Christian hell. If we play our cards right, our shit will sell. If we gaze at starlight, our hits will fail. We will prevail like the 300 Spartans against any attack from the Martians. You just cartons, all disposable. Your life's cartoon and you talk loads of bull. You a fool when it ain't April the 1st. You ain't cool when your rap style is the worst. Here's a hearse, now make use of it. My first Muslim LP, I got abuse from it. I'm old school like Mantronics. I don't smoke big L's, but I quote big L's of Bonics. Give me a beat and I'm on it. Quicker than Sonic, slicker than a William Blake Sonic.
You want the road and I'm the one to trust. Check out the technique. The more emotion I put into it, the harder I rhyme. No doubt you don't know what it's about.
life or death, a blunt knife or sharp powder or gas, good merch or spiked exhaust pipes are the same on a Merc or bike. When you walk you breathe, when you breathe you choke, either cars or a cigarette, breathe the smoke. When your feelings hope for success and love, they can drive you to go and find sex and drugs. The clean streets are lies and dark roads are true. Shadows of the lost give their last hope to you. Can't see the stars, the cars broke your view. When you're close to giving up, they pass rope to you and pass coke to you. Get your coat and leave. Now you're on a branch hanging, but you broke the tree. They won't let you go. The blunt knife is sharp, it's overcast, but now you can see the stars.
You want the road and I'm the one to trust. Check out the technique. The more emotion I put into it, the harder I ride. No doubt, you don't know what it's about. You want the road and I'm the one to trust. Check out the technique. The more emotion I put into it, the harder I ride. No doubt, you don't know what it's about.
You say the bee's knees, that's the reason that you're hating this. Because I don't believe, you can call me atheist. I'm just a slave for this, spitting I can pay for this. Bringing in the flavour that's swinging more than nature is. You know I'm bored of dudes thinking out the Portaloos, acting like they're all confused, rapping like they're born to lose. Me, I chatted better than you men do. Try and catch your breath, but I'm 3 steps ahead of you. I rhyme ridiculous and every line's meticulous. I'm taking down particulars and now your girl is Nicholas. I spit miraculous, flipping it like spatulas. Wicked with the chat because it's built up in the back of us. Depends my therapist, friend of the terrorists. I see you in the end, but you never get ahead of this. I'm just wrecking this, blessed with the freshness. And if you wanna test, you're getting left with the messiness.
You want the road and I'm the one to trust. Check out the technique. The more emotion I put into it, the harder I ride. No doubt, you don't know what it's about. You want the road and I'm the one to trust. Check out the technique. The more emotion I put into it, the harder I ride. No doubt, you don't know what it's about. It's about, it's about, it's about.
On the 21st of December 2008, Issa was born at around 8. In the Ante Meridian, I awoke from a dream to the screams of my wisdom. He was early, he wasn't late. Her cries hurt me, I'm sure he heard me in my state. No debate when I saw her waters break. This will separate the real deal from the fake. I tried not to shake, but to make adaptions as she quaked with contraptions. No relaxing, time lapsing. These are the outcomes of a night waxing. No contraception or preconception, and no immaculate conception. Conceived out of pure love. If you think she deceived me, then I'm pure my salvation, like your name's meaning. You must support when this old tower is leaning. You the don like your middle name on your birth certificate. You the third like Leviticus. My salvation, like your name's meaning. You must support when this old tower is leaning. You the don like your middle name on your birth certificate. You the third like Leviticus. Moments later I saw the top of his head slowly emerge. I thought he was dead. He wasn't moving, showing or proving. No time for going or soothing. I put out my hands and I caught him. Put my thumb in his mouth and it brought him the first air into his little lungs. That's a miracle, not talking in tongues. Like the science in the Quran that describes a fetus is there to teach us. I said mashallah as I held him. Son of man, a king, I held him. I passed into his mother and remember back to when she gave birth to his brother Ivor. I remember the day too, when we got Reese clear as a tattoo. It was the right thing to do. What would you do if your sister passed her baby on to you? Cause she was on crack and had to take a step back, or the kid would be living in another pack. So we made him part of ours, like I made him part of my art, part of my bars. So we made him part of ours, like I made him part of my art, part of my bars. My salvation, like your name's meaning. You must support when this old tower is leaning. You the don like your middle name on your birth certificate. You the third like Leviticus. My salvation, like your name's meaning. You must support when this old tower is leaning. You the don like your middle name on your birth certificate. You the third like Leviticus.
Malcolm, on your trip abroad, you said you sensed a feeling of great brotherhood, and that conceivably you would be working toward integration in this country now. At least this is what you're reported to have said. Have you any comment on it?
I don't think that I ever mentioned anything about working toward integration. If I recall, I pointed out that while I was at Mecca making the pilgrimage, I spoke about the brotherhood that existed at all levels and among all people who were there on that Hajj, who had accepted the religion of Islam.